it happened quite a lot down our end of Ironwood. I think it's because the toilets were so bad towards the end of the festival that some people were pooing. We couldn't know who it was, but pooing in between tents up our way, and there was a couple of poos, and they were baking in the sun. Eventually, we pestered security enough to someone to come and go pick it up. But the googly eyes. I was putting googly eyes on everything, like anything and everything that was around.
And the fag in its mouth. Well,
had a cigarette, as well, and a pint at one point, and a little flag. We've got loads of photos of it.
So for a while, we had like a little poo mascot.
Hi, welcome back to the Headbangers podcast, where your hosts Nathan and Brad. Here today, we're joined by Big Dan and Little Dan from Heavy Metal Entertainment.
This is Abbott rolling down a fucking hill.
Yeah. Fortunately, the best thing about this is
wait for it.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit. He's like, oh no. Saves his guitar though.
What I love is this fat guy.
Yeah.
How he didn't manage to fucking fall down the hill.
How are you guys doing? How's the recovery?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Not too bad.
Yeah, good. Rehydrating.
Yeah, with more beer.
Yeah,
it's a good plan.
You guys are brave.
Beer. Yeah.
How are you guys recovering?
Rough.
I feel like shit.
I've had my COVID jab today as well, so like that's like on top of how shit I feel, but it's what it is. Crack on, don't we?
Right, so right. Yeah, I'm not as. I've noticed a few of us that went in our 30s were slowing down at Bloodstock this year.
Yeah, massively. Yeah.
Oh yeah, me and Brad were only in our 20s, and we were there like, should we just get VIP next year?
Yeah.
I think it's like the gap as well between gigs, like 2 years without any gigs, and then going back straight into it to Bloodstock out of all places. You're just completely knackered. Like after a few bands, I'm like, I need to sit down.
You completely forget what the fuck you're doing as well, don't you?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like, when I was like 19 and stuff, I'd go to festivals, you turn it with like one case of beer, and you might even take some of that home. Whereas now, I took 88 cans this year because it was 5 days. I've brought some home with me, but that's a lot of other people's beer I brought home. So it's like, it's not only we're getting older and we're slowing down, we're drinking a fuckload more than we used to.
Yeah. Didn't you once do Glastonbury without a tent?
Yeah.
Like for 3 days?
Yeah, it's 5 days, yeah.
5 days and didn't sleep?
No.
Fuck me, that's going, man.
Yeah.
How did you manage that?
I was 19.
Speed.
I was going to say, there must be some kind of...
There was no drugs. I didn't do drugs then. I just barely drank then as well. It's just like, I was just young. And I randomly pass out occasionally, but, you know.
Well, our friend Danny didn't sleep for about 4 days. And then one day he finally went to bed, and I went to check on him, and he looked absolutely fucking sparkled.
Yeah.
I tapped on his shoulder, and he like looked at me. His eyes were just dead. You're there, like I was there, like, oh, you want to see Creator tonight? He went, no. I was there, like, are you sure? He went, I need sleep. And he like, I'm pretty sure he slept for like 12 hours.
Yeah, he did.
Like, we were there, like, he came out of his tent and like, oh, fucking hell, Sleeping Beauty's alive.
Most nights I don't think I've got up. So most days I don't think I've got up to at least midday, did I?
No. I was doing the same after like the second or third day. Not getting up until gone 12. Because like, the thing is, Bloodstock is a straight up sprint. It's a very hardcore festival with a lot of energy in a very short period of time. This year it's a day longer. Whereas you think like a festival like Metal Days, which normally is full Monday to Friday, but you can do the weekends as well either side. There's way more bands, way more going on, but it feels so much more relaxed. It's not that mega sprint that Bloodstock is. And you've got more time to do things. You know, the bands don't start till later in the afternoon, so you're not got to get up so early, so you can have that line. You can go chill out in like a fucking beach. Whereas at Bloodstock, it's bands on at 10:30.
Yeah, absolutely. We had one guy that only saw like 2 bands the entire festival, and I think one was like Rage and Speedhorn. And like, I was like, do you want to go see a band? And he was just like on the floor dying for the entire thing.
Well, no, because Eddie was fucked the entire time. Like he was just living off vodka and coke, and we were there like, "Are you okay, mate?" And he's there like, it got to like the 3rd day, and like we ended up having like, we were actually planning like, we're going, okay, if he lays down again, I'm gonna get some bungee cords. We'll tie him up and we'll chuck him in his tent so he goes to sleep. He was just way too fucked. Like we also had like quite a bad injury. One of our friends broke his back.
Yeah, fractured some bones.
Party tent. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He went to the hospital last night. He was in there for about 10 hours, messaging us all the way through. Turns out he's fractured 2 of his vertebrae. 2 of them are like collapsed. They said that he was in there that long that they were determining whether or not to operate on him, but they decided not to because they said if you do, there's a chance you'll be paralyzed.
That guy was definitely participating, man.
Yeah,
This is just in the party tent. This is not even at any of the shows.
Yeah,
Was this just like the DJ tent thing?
Yeah.
The Sophie stage.
What did he do?
So one of our friends, Griff, they did the Dirty Dancing lift. So like they put it. The worst part is they pulled it off. They managed to do it, and then like Caelan like wrapped his like legs round Griff's like waist, and then like went backwards. So that made Griff lose his footing, and he's just slammed down straight on his pelvis. And like there's a clip of it. We've got like a fucking video of it, and I literally saw his back like bend. So I'm like, that didn't look natural at all. He didn't really like on that. He was in like a lot of pain either. He was just taking ibuprofen and like soldiering on. Like he still saw like pretty like so many bands the next day. Carried his stuff home and then like when he went to the hospital, the doctor literally said to him, "How the living fuck did you carry your shit home?" Because like they were like normally with these injuries, people like rush to the hospital because they're in agony. They were, oh, must just. He just said to him, "I must be built differently." And like they asked him, "How did you do it?" And he just showed them the video.
Someone asked me, someone had an injury in binge jousting, and they found me a couple of days later saying, "Oh, you've got video footage of it. Can I have it, please?" Because doctors want to know how I did it.
Was that Jake with the head?
No. It's a lady. She's asked, "She's like, have you got the footage of it? Because I need, I want to show the doctors because they're like." The type it's a knee injury, and they're like, they just want to know if they said if there's video footage of it, we can sort of know what to do about it. So we've got to dig out somewhere.
Fucking you're a good Samaritan, you are, aren't you?
Well, we've got when it comes to binge jousting, let's have a look. 14 gig of footage.
That'll do.
Just in binge jousting alone. Yeah. So that's what we got. It was a lot.
I missed the binge jousting this year. Like it was so annoying because everyone's like, "Oh, there's binge jousting happening." It must have happened in like really small intervals. Like you guys probably saw it, didn't you? Because you guys camped in Midgard, but I didn't.
We're in Ironwood this year, but
okay.
Top Hat, the guy who organised it, he generally comes to find us first.
Yeah,
it's it moved around a lot this year because security were proper fucking on it.
But lots still happened. And it's generally quite late, so I never go to the DJ stuff at the like Sophie's tent or anything like that. As soon as bands are done, I'm not in the arena at all, so you can kind of hear when stuff's happening, or just go for a walk. If you go to the campsite, rather than just sitting at your tent the whole night falling asleep, go for a wander. Yeah, that's just what I do. Go for a wander around the campsite, find some fun,
see what weird shit you can see.
And you normally at some point walk into the binge jousting.
And if you're lucky, at some point you might see some bands.
Yeah,
during the festival.
Well, I managed to catch the fight club.
Yeah.
The wrestling.
Yeah, that's usually distraction tactics typically.
Yeah.
For the binge jousting. Yeah.
Well, I was so tempted. To jump in, but like I was seeing some of the matches, and I was there like, "Fuck that."
Yeah. Like, way the competitors like, nah.
Well, the security broke it up just as like this big. Right, I mean, fucking giant guy was about to face off with us against this like little tiny twig. I was there like, I bet that guy's thinking, "Thank fuck that security guard came. I'd have been fucking dead."
It's been a weird year, though, hasn't it? Like,
oh yeah,
yeah.
I've said it was quite surreal being there, like pretty much the entire time. Like it felt almost weird being there, but like in a good way. We were like, "Oh my god."
I think many of us went from like 18 months of isolation to suddenly, several fucking 20,000 people in a fucking field. And that was insane, to be fair. That was a bit of a shock.
I turned around to Brad and I was there like, it's a good thing I've got like this 90-day immunity because otherwise I'd be so paranoid about catching it.
Yeah.
We're winding people up, weren't we? I was telling people that we had a COVID party the weekend before, so we had our immunity for the festival. I actually went to Bloodstock stream and told them that.
I think on the second day, I thought I actually had it because I was like throwing up everywhere. Like, the middle of the road when you're walking at Valhalla, I threw up in front of everyone like on the floor. And I was sweating profusely. But I think I had heat stroke. So I went to the medical tent and they put me in this room with loads of fans and like, "Do you want to lay down?" I was like, "Yeah, I guess." I was like, "Do you just have any anti-sickness tablets?" Like, "No, I'll just lay there with fans." So I was like, "Okay, I'm bored. I'm just gonna go see some bands."
That's the excuse I always use is heat stroke or food poisoning.
Yeah.
That's code for I got absolutely fucking slaughtered last night and I can't stand. Yeah.
Yep. Literally. I was like, I have to get some sort of sympathy, and if I just say that I'm pissed out of my head, they're not really gonna say anything.
To be fair, Brad, the night before you was absolutely fucking steaming.
Yeah, that is true as well.
I feel like I'm the designated like driver in at Bloodstock because it takes a lot for me to get pissed. So like I brought like 30 cans with me thinking that'll be enough. Ended up going through like half of them in like the first night and thinking I'm not even close to being like half cut. So like I remember like the entire time I was pretty much sober, except for like maybe like 1-2 nights.
You need to bring more next time.
I know, but it's getting on the fucking coach. It's like you're allowed one crate, and then like you can't bring a trolley. Blah 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 blah.
That's true as well. I wanted to ask, like, what is some of your guys' like best moments? Then, like, anything that stands out to you, like the weirdest, the funniest, like, because I know that you guys always do the video and the highlights. Because I was watching that before we went. So
we put googly eyes on a poo.
Yeah,
was that you guys?
Yeah,
I heard about that.
Poogly eyes, yeah. Somebody, it happened quite a lot down our end of Ironwood. I think it's because the toilets were so bad towards the end of the festival that some people were pooing. We couldn't know who it was, but pooing in between tents up our way, and there was a couple of poos, and they were baking in the sun. Eventually, we pestered security enough to someone to come and go pick it up. But yeah, the poogly eyes. I was putting googly eyes on everything, like anything and everything that was around.
And a fag in its mouth. Well,
he had a cigarette, as well, and a pint at one point, and a little flag. We've got loads of photos of it.
So for a while, we had like a little poo mascot.
Oh yeah.
I say little. It was actually quite a big.
It was
shit,
quite
a large shit.
Sizable. Yeah.
Oh my god.
We had at our camp, someone just shat on a stool.
Like, no. There was a stool on a stool.
Yeah, like literally
a stool. Yeah.
We literally like walked past it. It was like a little like stool camping chair with a massive shit on it, and I was like, that's fucking bad. We were there the entire time. I remember 2019 as well. There was like someone that put up like a picture of Nicolas Cage on a stick, and someone had ripped off Nicolas Cage's face and shat perfectly on the stick. So like the stick like impaled the shit.
I was there to see the photo of that.
It was fucking vile. It was absolutely vile.
I heard that somebody got shat on, but I promised my friend that I wouldn't talk about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you have to now.
Somebody got shat on.
What's the backstory?
No. Do you know, was it Bloodstock 2000 and...
Nice save.
You weren't there. It's 8. You weren't there. Bloodstock 2008.
I wasn't, no.
That was my first one. And someone passed out in the middle of Midgard, like lying across the path. So every time everyone's walking through and walking around him, it's quite late at night. It was. We came back walking past. He's still there like an hour or two later, but there was now a poo on him. Because beforehand, we'd all got a selfie with him on the floor. I got a picture. It's really old. This is before we had digital cameras. We were using disposable, the scratchy ones. So you had to flash them. And yeah, we never got a picture of him with the poo on. But I mean, I think there were the more serious people in our group there went and got security and stuff. And like,
I've still got one of those old disposable cameras from a gig that we went to back in like our fucking, back when we were like 20 or some shit.
Take it to Boots.
And I don't want to get it developed because I don't want to fucking know what's on it. But yeah.
I can't believe someone shot on that guy. That's so funny.
What's like been your favourite Bloodstock then that you've been to? Like, what's been the highlight?
What, favourite Bloodstock ever?
Yeah.
Favourite highlight from any Bloodstock?
Yeah, like what would you say is the year that stands out the most to you?
Probably the first time I went with you, maybe.
That was a good year, wasn't it?
2009.
Before this crazy HME shit started, yeah.
Because it was a lineup I really liked at the time. It's very different back then.
It was great. Yeah, it was a lot of folk and power and shit going on.
Yeah. And
it was great.
We with a group of people and we had a right laugh and it was real fun.
I remember when Trebuchet played and we all just got fucking painted up and we stormed the gates, if you remember.
Yeah, well,
security, it was like, 20 of us all painted up, fucking half naked, with like big fucking metal
wielding broken
bits of tent and camping chairs. And we literally just stormed the security gates and security looked at us and they just went, no, go through. just it's fucking, that was a good year.
That was a very good year. I love that.
Yeah. Again, I actually got the Facebook memories today. Something like,
all the photos.
Yeah. That was a good year. Me with a tiny little beard.
I was incredibly skinny.
You were, yeah. Looked like Cat Weasel.
Yeah. We all painted in red war paint and stuff, and that was
which lasted for fucking days. To be fair. Yeah.
I miss like the old Bloodstock times, like when security didn't give as much of a shit. Like I think it was 2015 or 2016, which is like one of my first years. And like there was just so much crazy shit going on. Like there was the wall of bread when everyone just started like chucking bread at each other. There was the posh wash showers, and then there was like what was that other time? There was like two naked guys dancing around a fire and with security filming it. I was like, you wouldn't catch that now.
No,
that wouldn't fly.
Yeah, it was 2019. We started a fire in the barbecue pit.
Yeah.
A sizable one, and security were like, all right, as long as you keep it in the barbecue pit, because it was wet and miserable. We were all miserable, and I was like, look, we just need a fire to warm up and dry ourselves off. And the security were like, okay, as long as it stays in the fire pit, we're fine. And then
they started to bring us over fuel, didn't they, for the fire? Wood and shit.
They brought a couple of pallets over for us.
Yeah.
So like, that this year security wouldn't have done that.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
I think that's when I first met you actually in person. Was that when everyone sat around a fire singing and someone brought on a key stick?
Yeah. Because everyone was just miserable just before that. So I was like, big fire, and then everyone starts singing, and all of a sudden everyone's really happy.
Yeah.
So.
That was the same year, was it not? Can you open a beer can with?
No, we know it was. It was. Yeah.
So we like, can you open a beer can with another beer can? Can you open a beer can with a tent peg? Can you open a beer can with a log? Can
opener is a good one.
Can opener, yeah. That was
takes the top off. Yeah.
That was quite fun.
How did you guys meet anyway? Like, how did you guys become friends?
He used to live next door.
Yeah, I used to live other side of that wall.
Yeah.
Well, we did know each other before that.
It was true. Yeah, I used to live 200 yards that way.
That way, yeah. So we've known each other since we were quite young.
Very local.
Yeah. It's a small town. If 2 6 foot odd, fucking hairy people, living in this area, we know them. They get to know each other.
And a follow up to that, then, like, how did Heavy Metal Entertainment start? What was the ideas for it?
I got really fucking drunk one night, and I mentioned it to you.
And then I bought a camera.
And then you bought a camera, and he messaged me saying, "I've got that camera." I'm like, "What fucking camera?" And he's like, "For that YouTube thing you want us to do." I'm like, "Oh shit, are we actually doing that?" We did talk about before that, didn't we? About just doing a channel just about beer.
Yeah.
Not about metal at all, just about us getting pissed in a room talking about beers. We thought if we did the metal channel as well, we could still do that.
Yeah.
So, I was going to say, like, that's not too far from what you guys have been doing. And you also do, like, the beer reviews of the metal as well. So you've sort of combined the two worlds together.
Actual people who do proper beer reviews and people who want to talk seriously about beer don't like the kind of songs we do, because we don't go into detail. We're like, oh, that's well nice.
Yeah, tasting notes. Yeah. Shit.
We don't show what colour it is or do anything that.
We just chug it back and then talk about how it tastes when we burp. Yeah.
You're not one of those people that are like, hint of fruit, hint of awkward.
We're not the kind of blokes who sit down there with a fucking steak and ask what the wine pairing is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
the podcast our podcast sort of started in like a similar way. I remember Brad put up on the group chat with all our friends. He like put up a question like, "Oh, would anyone be interested in starting like a podcast with me?"
Yeah,
I really want to do it. And like a couple of months go by, and I was like, things for my band started winding down a little bit, and I was thinking, I kind of do want to start a podcast, to be fair. So I messaged Brad, and we bought like the cheapest mics that we could possibly fucking find. Brad just bought some softbox lighting, so we just like kind of did it like very like impromptu, which is why our first episode's like 3 hours long.
Our first video, the camera we have is sellotaped to a Hoover.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. No, it's our second video, I think.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, because the first one was a breakfast one.
To be fair, that's true. We've always had an issue. Well, no, we used a wheelie bin as a tripod.
We did, yeah.
But no, we've always had issues with tripods. We've never really had a good one.
When I was moving house, I found about 7 broken tripods.
They're all broken, yeah.
And they're all broken in such a way you can't make one good one out of any of them.
Yeah. But, we still use the same camera though for a lot of things.
How did you two guys meet anyway?
That's a good question actually. We kind of like our friend Caleb. He used to go to this nightclub in Leeds called Key Club. And he used to go on his own because at the time I was on apprenticeship wage, so I couldn't really afford to be going out every night, whereas he could. And he met Brad by talking about Pokemon to him. And then one day, like, I can't remember what was it when you invited me to your 23rd, Brad?
I met you at Fuel in Leeds.
Oh yeah, shit, you did,
because it was like some sort of Hawaiian party. Yeah, and there was like a metal night on, and then we kind of met there. But then I think I did invite you to my birthday, so
yeah.
And this is like 5 years ago, something.
Yeah, and then we got like, I think we became like best mates when I went through that breakup with that last, didn't I?
Yeah,
because you'd always invite me around just to make me like cheer up and shit like
That's
that.
really romantic, man.
Yeah, it's really,
That's sweet, man. Really
gave him a beer, let him whinge on my sofa,
and
listen to
the romance began.
Yeah,
it became like a daily occurrence. Like I would be at Brad's like almost every day, like moaning about the breakup. Just sat there with like a big I don't get why she left me. And then you're like, yeah, no. And then like eventually like it just became like more of a regular thing. Even when I got over the breakup, I'd see Brad all the time. I'd text him constantly.
He does find different things to moan about now. So
fuck off.
Don't feel bad. I've done that to him a few times.
Oh yeah.
I'm so upset. I love her so much. And he's just like, right, we're going in the fucking pub because I'm not dealing with this.
Go to the pub where you can't hear you.
Honestly, the amount of like emotional rants that me and Brad have both had to each other on his fucking bed in the background. Well, I've been sat like he's been sat in his chair. I've been like, and like vice versa. Well, like he'd be like sometimes like, like, if we'd have like a house party or something, like guarantee one of us would always be in that fucking like bedroom, fucking like having a proper hats out, going, "I fucking love." It's
like the fucking diary room.
Yeah, it is.
We don't do emotions. We do pub.
Yeah, pub.
Pub is feeling sad. That's it. We go pub. Because the pub fixes everything. A few games of pool.
Go for a night out, have a game of pool, eat some greasy food, maybe have a fight with a little bloke. You know?
Yeah. Pick a little guy. Yeah.
That's the best way to do it. Did you guys ever like imagine the reception that you'd get like when you first started the channel to now?
No.
Because like everybody knows who you are.
No. Cool. Only at Bloodstock. It's like nowhere else does it happen, really. Occasionally, maybe one or two other shows, you might get one or two other person, but Bloodstock
is mental.
So, you can't walk. Well, we did a trip back to the car on the first day, Wednesday. We dropped off with the tents and stuff. Girlfriend was putting a tent up. Yeah. We wandered back to the car, doing a second one, grab the beers and some other bits. Took like 2 hours.
Yeah, same with me. I went back to the car for a beer run with Jeff and Susan. And that took like 2-3 hours just because selfies and stuff.
You bump into people,
and it's great. But I knew that Jeff, who I was walking with, was getting really fucking pissed off because he'd walk like 12 stops in that direction, turn around, and have a little huff. It's like, it is good.
Yeah, it's only at Bloodstock really. I've had it at other shows where. To be fair, like, my memory is a bit sketchy because generally what happens is I go to a show, I get really drunk and don't remember anything. But I remember we saw some thrash band my girlfriend wanted to see in Birmingham. Didn't really care, but it was a night out. I want to get pissed. There's some music on. And afterwards, you go outside to meet the band. My girlfriend's going out to meet some of the guys from the band because they were talking to everyone. And then there's also a second group of people who are chatting to me. And the band's looking over like, what's going on over there? Like, what? It was Havoc. Yeah, it was Havoc in Birmingham. Yeah, good gig actually. Bit blurry on memory, but yeah, that's like it's happened a few times, but not a lot. Bloodstock mainly.
The best way to see Havoc is blurry.
What's like your idea then for the future of heavy metal entertainment? Because I know that recently you guys haven't really done midweek metal in quite a while, have you?
The reason why I didn't do midweek metal is because I finally turned around to Dan and I said, if I have to do midweek metal one more time, I'm going to rip off my own fucking bollocks. If I have to go through that same fucking routine just again, because for some reason we were doing it for we were doing that for what, 3 years? Just over 3 years.
What was it? About 100, 200 episodes?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy, and everyone kept watching, and we were just getting more and more bored with it, and we didn't really know where to go, and thought, fuck it. Just the idea was to fuck that off and concentrate on other areas of the channel. But what we did instead was just fuck that off.
Lots of things happened at the same time though, because then COVID hit. And
exactly.
We couldn't go to film any gigs or do stuff like that because there weren't any.
Because I saw your guys interview with Chris.
Yeah, it's cool dude.
Yeah, he's a great guy, really nice guy.
Really nice guy.
But I just remember you saying how fucking organised you guys are.
Yeah. Last couple of months, we've kind of like slipped a little bit. Mainly because we've had quite a lot going on, haven't we? Like we've kind of we've changed jobs, like both of us around about the same time. Yeah. And then obviously we had Bloodstock. And everything's opening up again. So like with interviews, we're kind of like shitting ourselves to put it like lightly, because it's a lot harder to now book people. So now we've just started planning the next phase of like what Headbangers will be.
Yeah.
So like we're on about releasing more content, like more album reviews, actual like reaction videos, and opening up like maybe a Patreon for bands to be able to send in their music so we can review it and like maybe give them pointers and get shout outs on the podcast if they really want to. So like we're just kind of like trying to plan what the next stage is now that we're noticing this like kind of like difficulty with booking people now.
Yeah,
because now tours are happening again.
Well, they've all got shit to do now. They've got more to do than speak to our sorry asses. So we need to make sure we've got some other content planned.
We've got enough. Like I've got about 120 gigs worth of footage over Bloodstock, and I've just spent this afternoon organising it all into folders. Like what's this shenanigans folder, photos in there and all that kind of thing.
He's the organised one.
So now I can edit that. It's probably going to be.
I'm the drunk one.
We're going to have enough for about 5 videos covering Bloodstock and different things, whether it's going to be 2 regular Bloodstock videos, a bin jousting video, and then we had a phone number we posted everywhere at Bloodstock.
Yeah. Don't know if you saw the little stickers posted around.
Yeah, no, our friend Caleb, I think he met you, little Dan.
Yeah.
And you handed one to him.
So that phone number's had some messages and some videos sent to it and all sorts of bits. I haven't looked at all of it yet. There should be some enough for us to have a video.
I haven't looked at any of it yet, but I'm fully expecting just 100 pictures of people's dicks.
Yeah.
100 dick pics. Maybe one boob. Not even a pair of boobs, just one boob.
Yeah.
Yeah. Half a nipple. If we
But then Warhorns Festival is in like a couple of weeks, so we'll do a video on that. It's not a festival; it's a single one-day event.
It's a party, kind of private sort of gathering of
but still do a video on it. It's a gig, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask that actually if there's going to be like a Bloodstock highlights because you guys do one most years, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've only just got home today, really. So
I've just seen some of the footage in the last hour or so, haven't I?
Yeah.
And some of the stuff is just pure fucking funny. It's really fucking good. So yeah, that's gonna be something to look forward to.
It's about a month's worth of content.
Past that, I really don't know what the fuck we're doing.
We've got some ideas and stuff. We've got a couple of ideas.
It's actually executing them.
Yeah.
Which is the because I'm currently renovating and selling a house. So that's got taken up a lot of my time. And you're sort of halfway between here and Nottingham all the time, aren't you?
Yeah.
So it's just sort of us trying to get together and actually find some time to work on shit. I mean, similar to you guys changing jobs and stuff. I mean, life always finds a way to get the fuck in the way, doesn't it?
Yeah, like I used to live in the city centre, so like a lot of the times I just get a taxi straight to Brad's, and because it used to only cost me like £6 from it, like from,
wasn't too bad, was it?
Leeds city centre to his house, but now I work in like Wetherby, so like the commute's about an hour every day.
We've got no fucking excuse. It takes me less than 2 minutes to drive to your house.
You walked here today.
I walked here.
Literally, like it's been with us both changing jobs, it's been like quite a shock to the system, sort of like managing the podcast as well as like I'm also in a band, so it's been quite hard to sort of separate time as well as like because I had COVID, I didn't see my girlfriend in almost half a month. So obviously 10 days isolation, and then from there I went to Bloodstock.
Half a month.
His girlfriend lives in the Isle of Skye.
Oh, really?
But yeah, about 600 miles away. I didn't see her for 8 odd months, I think it was.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Talk about blue balls, man. Yeah. I think we've all made certain sacrifices, haven't we? That being one. And of course, gigs and festivals being the other sort of main love of my life. That was fucking torture.
I spent like the last 2 years making videos going around the world to different festivals. Metal days, Wacken Winter Nights, 70,000 tons of metal. And like I wanted to go further, and then COVID hit. I really want to do Bangalore open air, which is obviously in India.
Yeah.
But then obviously I think India is probably one of the worst places to go right now. Like that's not happening.
It seems like the pieces are all coming back together, which is reassuring.
Yeah, I just think it's going to take a while before we're going on the flight to India or somewhere like that anytime soon. I have to stick more local. I was chatting to some guys over the weekend. Might do something smaller, like I can't know what it's called now. There's like an all day in Ireland. Might do.
Just not France.
Yeah, it's not France. Hellfest. I don't know Hellfest once.
No, not doing it.
Yes.
No.
I might go to Hellfest again. It's just that's another festival which is so tightly packed together. You look at the lineup, it's amazing, and then you look at the clashes, and it's like, oh shit.
I did wonder that actually, because I look at it, I'm like, I like every single band on here. So how the fuck would I manage to prioritize
the way the stages are and everything else? So like there's a lot going on, and it's really cool. And the Hellfest does some things other festivals don't do, which is really cool as well. But it's madness. It's like trying to fit it all in. You miss so much. Like, I mean, it was a long time ago since I last did it, but I'll do it again at some point. But the festival season's always very busy, and there's always something new that I want to do. So
I just can't go France.
Yeah. I went through France to go to Germany last time.
I'm an archer, so if I go to France, get an itchy string finger. Yeah.
Well, I've always been contemplating Hellfest, but given how like fucking like drained I was after Bloodstock, like I did like the first time I ever like actually sat down for bands was like this year's Bloodstock.
Yeah,
what I'd recommend,
fucking killing.
My advice would be, if you can, because next year might be the last year Metal Days is at its current location that it's been at for the last decade or whatever. So do it while you get a chance, because it's very unique. As I said before, it's very laid back and chilled out, but you get to see some bands. And the way it works is just brilliant. You can go off for a day, go see some touristy stuff while you're there as well. It's a really good holiday.
Yeah, I saw you guys.
It might not happen again. Yeah, it might not happen again. So if it does happen next year, because they're building a road through the whole site, do it. Because you probably won't happen again.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, because you guys like, you know, you went off and did like some hiking and stuff and saw some of the scenery. So
and I guess it'd be nice to do it again the next year, and that was a big mistake. You kind of remembering the fucking near heart attack you had climbing up the fucking mountain. Jesus Christ!
Sit down. Yeah. Be quiet. Have a beer.
Yeah,
Jesus.
You can do that. Literally,
what the fuck are you up to?
I sat down sat down at the river they've got there, you know, in a little dinghy, just having a beer, chilling out. That's the best thing ever.
If you said to me, Dan, do you want to climb that mountain? I'm like, fuck off.
There's a fort at the top of it.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah, no.
Is it an actual like working fort? Like, is it, or is it like a bit broken?
Bit broken.
So it's a ruin.
Yeah,
hate it. Hate that shit. Right? Look, if it's worth seeing, fucking fix it. Yeah, I don't want to go up and see something that's fucking broken. Either knock it down or fix it. Ruins are shite, man. I went to Coventry. No, seriously, I went to Coventry to see the cathedral. There's nothing fucking left of it, mate. Yeah. Most disappointing thing I've ever done.
Have you ever been to Mother Shipton's cave? If you want to see, like,
is that Portsmouth?
Yeah, no. It's the shittest.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not Portsmouth.
No, it's not. No, I know what it is. Yeah, I know what it is. It's the one where you can put a thing in it and it like solidifies, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the only cool thing that's there. How I'd describe it is about an hour of fucking walking, just to go, this is a cave where a nut job of an old lady stayed. And literally, it's just like a tiny little cave. And you're there like, oh, nice. She's like, she even predicted the Twin Towers. I'm like, oh, really? Like, this woman from 1880 fucking 3 predicted it. I was like, are you sure she just want fucking nuts? You know what I mean? I was there like, I've walked a fucking hour to see this cunting cave, and it's not even fucking there. Like,
yeah, sounds pretty underwhelming.
It was the most it pissed me off so much. Like the actual stuff that's like frozen in like rock, that's pretty cool. But you see that for 10 minutes and they just go,
nice.
Right, you want to see the cave? And you're like, yeah. There it is. It's cool, isn't it? And you have to pay like 30 quid to get in.
Jesus.
I'm thinking about I went to the is it the Iron Dorian Castle in Scotland, something like that. But it was one of the ones that got like kicked the shit out of by the English, and they rebuilt it. And I'm thinking about doing a Scottish tour of all the castles that were destroyed by the English, just for, you know, patriotic reasons.
Shits and giggles. Yeah.
Shits and giggles, yeah. That'd be really fun.
That's one thing that should come back is heavy Scotland. They need a festival in Scotland.
Yes, they do need.
Yeah.
Good Scottish festival.
Oh yeah. I'm meant to be going to Damnation this year, but I think me and our lass are gonna be going to a fucking wedding instead.
Oh, I'm sorry, mate.
I mean, I've been to Damnation.
That's such a shit.
I've been to Damnation. I really okay. The bands are good. The lineup's good.
You don't like it, do you?
It's awful. It's in a
fucking. Didn't you say it was like a gig in a school or something?
It's in a school.
Yeah, it's in Leeds Uni.
It's in the uni.
It's in Leeds Uni.
And so the thing is, well, at Bloodstock, no matter how much you drink, you can find your way to the different stages and get your way around.
Manifest, the ones I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, but Damnation. I'll just get turned around and that's it. I can't find my way. There's no signs. It's
a fucking
you know,
mess.
you know when you go to school and you can't find where that room is, like a hospital, for
I
example.
was always late for lessons, man.
Yeah, no, this is what this place is like, trying to find the band. And then the problem is, because it's a large school full of all these corridors and stuff, the capacity for the venue, they can sell a lot of tickets for. But when everyone wants to go see, like, you know, Orange Goblin on like this one stage, nobody can get in the fucking room. It's full. Everyone's in there at the same time. Also,
like,
and the alarm goes off every fucking year, and everyone has to leave the building because someone's pulled the fire alarm because it's a school.
See, a gig in a school is the opposite to HRH events, which is just a gig in a warehouse.
Yeah. But the lineup's always very good at Download. I just really don't like being there. The beer's awful and overpriced. The food is ridiculously overpriced, even compared to Bloodstock this year. And it's in Leeds. Sorry, fellas.
It's okay.
The only good thing in Leeds is apart from you fellas, is the Royal Armoury is a fantastic place. Go there.
Yeah. I used to go all the time when I was a kid. It's literally like, I think I took my girlfriend there on our second ever date.
Oh.
And because I'm like a history buff, I was telling her all about it. Like,
it's an amazing place to go. There's so much cool shit in there. You'd like, no matter what bit of history you like, there's something there for you. But also about Leeds, there is a gig in Leeds coming up very soon, I believe. It's the Conquest of Steel.
Yes, it is a reunion. Well, as much of a reunion as they can fucking have. But
and we might be at that. Fingers crossed if we can make that happen. And then we'll go to Royal Armoury night after. Because Conquest of Steel.
Conquest of Steel are fucking amazing.
Yeah, were.
And the reunion should be fucking good.
You never got to see them live, did you?
I never did. No. I just had to set with buying their fucking albums and then being like really upset that I never saw them. But
best buy a ticket, then, eh?
Oh, I suppose. How much is in the HME account?
There's a lot of very cheap hotels in Leeds.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I was absolutely gutted because obviously Damnation just announced like a shit ton of new bands.
Yeah, Carcass have been down.
Yeah,
Carcass, and Paradise Lost.
And we've already sold our tickets.
Oh,
so
no.
I was saying to our lass, I was there like, sure we can't just, you know.
I can't believe you didn't even ask me. You just sold it on some random person.
No, I'll tell you what happened, right? Siobhan went, look, we've only got one chance to go to this wedding. We've got other chances to go Damnation. I was like, okay, I see your point. And then she goes, I'll look into selling it. I was like, okay, well, let me know. Because like, I think Brad or Caleb or Dylan would probably be up for buying them. But then she said, I've sold them to one of our mates. I was like,
great. I guess I'm not seeing Carcass.
Hey, I've already seen them too. I saw them at Download.
They've played like so many festivals. I've seen them so many times. I think Damnation should be an outdoor event.
I agree. Yeah,
an outdoor.
The only problem is like Leeds don't really have a lot of outdoor places. That's
what about where Leeds Festival is?
Yeah, literally, you could just do where Leeds Fest is. It's bigger than like.
But to rent out that field from what I've heard,
I bet that's a lot.
Fucking really expensive.
Yeah,
because
you're not renting out part of the field.
Like, probably not. It's probably the whole ground, festival grounds. Yeah, the whole, because it'd be like an estate on it, like Cattenall and Broughtonall and all that, whatever else, you know. It'll be, you hire out the entire place for the weekend.
Yeah, like I think Temple Newsham as well.
Yeah, Roundair, Temple Newsham.
Yeah, but then you get like you get loads of chavs that hang around here. It's one of those things where it's like it won't be a good mix. Like
I'm sure there'll be an entry.
Dan mentioned earlier, Manifest. That's just this year moved to an outdoor event. It was always was it Keighley, somewhere north, wasn't it? As an indoor event. And this next year, it's moving to an outdoor event right down here where we are.
About 40 minutes down the road, yeah.
It's basically Silverstone is where it is. And the lineup for it's fucking amazing this year. They're getting loads of it's like a lot more like heavy metal bands and the more trad stuff. And then some stuff like from abroad, which don't play here very often. And you look at the lineup, things like Midnight and stuff like that, Kirith and Goal, shit like that, and it's just like.
I'm gonna be really interested to see as well the what was the first open air event that they put on.
Yeah, it's the first time doing it. Yeah.
So it's always good to see that and see how it grows over time.
But just from the lineup alone, it looks fucking amazing.
Which is kind of what I was hoping to see with Amplified Festival, but of course that went
really
tits up, didn't it? Yeah.
So speaking on the lines of festivals, we know that you guys like reviewing random items that people will take to festivals. What would be like if you were on Dragon's Den, the HME item that if you could create anything to bring to a festival, what would it be?
Trebuchet.
The
Trebuchet. I don't know if you've seen that.
I don't think I have. No.
See his bottle opener.
It's a bottle opener based on a Trebuchet.
So the physics of the Trebuchet, there's a weight and there's obviously a lever and a nail and you put your beer bottle here, and you put the nail under there, and then you drop your weight.
The weight off in the table, and it opens your beer, and it's quite violent.
The bottle pops and it launches off, and
it takes someone's eye out.
Yeah.
Although I could, in my mastery of inventions, I came up with something else today.
Go on.
A giant kazoo attached to a weather vane.
I'd buy that.
See, I've got a customer there already, man.
Yeah, exactly. You put me on the wait list.
Is there any like HME like videos that's not seen the light of day that hit the cutting room floor where you kind of like looking like
butt clothes? Oh my god!
Is anyone that like you thought this is really funny that there's there, and someday you might think, oh fuck it, we'll just release it?
No. There's ones where the idea is solid, but it didn't quite work out when we filmed it. We just need to redo it at some point again.
There's sometimes where even you've been editing and it's just been mostly me. I'm like, no, we cannot fucking put that out. It's just no. There was one quite recently that we uploaded, and it went very wrong very, very quickly. Very, very wrong very quickly. And we had to take it down.
Like an hour.
What was the
bit? We
bit?
got there for like an hour. Huh?
What was the video?
We're talking about Marilyn Manson.
We were, yeah. And his recent legal situations.
Some people were feeling that we weren't taking it serious enough.
Yeah.
I mean, we weren't saying he was a good guy or anything. We were saying he was a bad man who'd done bad things. But we're having the kind of conversation we're having now about it. And some people we weren't scathing enough. And to be honest, it wasn't worth the aggro, and we're just like, no, just remove it. The thumbnail was also Marilyn Manson. Well, no, I took a stock image of domestic abuse, put Marilyn Manson's head on it with a bloke slapping a guy whilst he's holding a can of Stella and wearing a string vest.
It was classic.
That's fucking great.
And then looking back on it, you kind of see why people got a bit upset. So we kind of, So we kind of, when it comes to talking about news or anything now, if we do a video like we did the John Schaefer thing, that went down all right.
Oh, down really well.
So we sort of pick and choose what we're going to talk about. If there's certain things happen, we're just going to avoid and not talk about. Because
we don't want to get in trouble once again.
No,
Oh yeah. To be fair, like I saw the other day. This last I know, she keeps like sharing like Marilyn Manson songs on her Instagram story, and I messaged her saying, it's a bit weird that, considering what's come out, and she was there like, I don't believe it, blah blah blah, and she sent like this massive list of like why she didn't believe it, and I sent her back like just a simple message just saying, bull fucking shit. I was like, the amount of fucking people that said that, I'm like, after one or two, you're like, okay, maybe. But after like the amount of people that came out, like, oh fucking hell, yeah, he's a fucking like piece of shit person. You're kind of like, okay, it's like fuck me, like Jesus Christ.
When we were at Bloodstock, we're talking to a mate who runs a patch amnesty, and he said that the amount, like, they've sold out a lost profit patches.
Oh,
just
fucking hell.
They're like, what? People are buying them seriously.
Yeah,
they must be buying them for the meme.
Obviously,
I hope they're buying them for the meme.
I mean, you're at a festival, so people buy all kinds of stuff because they're at a festival, don't they?
Yeah.
A festival, people are buying ridiculous clothing because they're at a festival and they want to wear it. Oh, look at me, I'm wearing a T-shirt with a funny slogan on.
Because I've got no personality.
Yeah. But then it's like, Patch Amnesty is a charity, so the money that he's getting from selling that patch to people is going toward Mind. So it's kind of like, there's no bad there. People are buying the bad man patch, but I mean, the money's going to charity. So, and he raised over 10 grand that day for Mind, which is, I believe someone commented on one of his things saying that 10 grand alone puts like a mental health person,
a counsellor into the NHS for 6 months.
Yeah. Which is life saving.
Really good.
Absolutely, yeah. That's really good.
That's mental. Yeah, it is really good. What do you say is like the top festival tips you can give? Like after all the years of going to festivals, what's the top hot ones?
Don't be a moody cunt.
Yeah,
that is true.
Have a positive attitude. You struggled in the sun, and with the fucking whatever transport you've had to get there has annoyed you, and then you struggle with your backpack, and now you've got to throw your tent up and just chill out, relax for a bit.
Sunscreen.
Yeah, we're all sunburnt, but some of the people we know are so sunburnt they're blistering like mad at the minute. So it's things to make you have a good time. So plan to have a good time by preparing.
Have a good time all the time.
So you can do that by preparing things like don't stay hydrated. Someone in Midgard was handing out their special homebrew concoction of spirits, and it was water. And now people having a swig, and everyone was like, "Oh, stay hydrated, seriously, because you can do more, you can party more, you can drink more beer."
Don't have sex after day 4 because things are just sticky and smelly.
Yeah. Keep it in the first few days at least.
I think after
not unless she's really worth it. like a proper solid 9 out of 10.
You got to assess the situation first and see the pros and cons.
Yeah, he's like, is it worth it? Is it?
Yeah, but I need to say hydrated, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure Brad, you were fucked after a couple of days.
Yeah, I think
your
to be
arms
honest,
are so sunburned.
Yeah, I made the mistake of not drinking too much water. Like I just kept on drinking beer or drinking like a Coke or something, and when really I probably should have had more water, and that's most likely why.
I tend to find if you want to hydrate, you could buy some especially hydration drinks.
Yeah,
they're really good. But honestly, Capri Suns, stuff like that, really quick, simple, sugary drinks that you can just get in you. Because even Coke on its own will hydrate you. So
Lucozade.
Big
fan of
Lucozade. Lucozade.
Yeah, huge fan.
Yeah.
So the problem is what you don't want to be doing is you don't want to be carrying shitloads of fucking liquids from the car park to your fucking campsite. That's bullshit. One of my mates did that a few years ago, and I shouted at him for about 10 minutes because I had to carry this fucking shit. I didn't realise until I got to the campsite it was just a massive crate full of water. What are good are like the little sachet drinks with glucose in.
So drinks powders.
Yeah.
So you take the powders, then you got the water points, and you get a 500ml bottle. You pour the powder in, you put the water in, you shake it up, and you got yourself some nice, carbohydrates in there with you.
And what's also great is you can put rum in it.
Yeah, you can make it a mixer as well. Yeah.
I think I've one to hydrate, one to get you fucked.
Yeah,
That's the both worlds.
So to occasionally have, I didn't. No matter how much we give that advice, there's occasional. Sometimes you forget.
Yeah.
We always do.
There are some things like just having 2 years off of festivals, having that 2-year break nearly.
I forgot how to film stuff.
I forgot some shit that I knew that I did every fucking year.
Yeah.
Like I was going down to the fucking Portaloos and forgetting to take bog roll with me. Normally I would religiously take a shit rag out of my fucking, backpack and take it to the losers. I'm sat there knocking on the fucking cubicle doors, the bloke next to me going, "Can you pass me some shit rag?" Just basic stuff I've completely fucking forgotten.
Yeah.
I felt the toilets are more packed this year. Like,
there
weren't as many.
There were more people, is what it is. Yeah.
There didn't seem to be as many toilets. When you actually look at the number of toilets, especially in Ironwood.
Yeah.
And they had those horrible composting toilets.
They were fine to begin with.
But then they ran out of wood chips.
Progressively got worse.
Fuck me. It was like, just nah.
Yeah. I mean,
sorry.
If you go back 10, 15 years, the toilets used to be a lot worse than that. They used
to have the high drops and shit.
Yeah.
On some festivals, and they were horrible, man.
Yeah.
Just
imagine these days, people be dropping their phones into them, wouldn't they?
No, the first time I used one, the first festival I went to, Download,
I
was doing a piss and I saw a phone in the shit. And I was thinking,
I am rescuing this.
I'm like, nah, leave it, man.
But this is like 2006 or 7 you're talking about.
2006.
So it would have been like a flip phone or something.
Yeah, but back then, mate, they were fucking tasty phones.
I kind of felt like the food as well this year was like a bit off. Like compared to like last time, something just seemed really shit about it.
At least there was no fucking easy fucking cheesy.
Yeah.
I didn't mind easy cheesy.
Did you not buy these cheese?
It's just salty cheese.
It was just yellow liquid salt. Yeah.
I didn't really mind it for in 2019.
I took a lot of my own food, but I did buy, treat myself to occasional food. The fish and chips was all right. I had that one night. That was okay. Obviously, the prices were really high and everything. You expect that, but they were a lot higher than previous years.
They were a couple of quid more this year, yeah.
And the chicken still, everyone said the salt and sweet chicken was awful, but I went to the regular sort of KFC style chicken place, and that was all right. I had the bucket for them, 15 quid for the big bucket of chicken.
When I was watching Priest, some girl came up to me and she said, hi, you don't know me, but your videos have kept me entertained during lockdown. Said, would you like a piece of chicken to say thank you for the entertainment? I'm like, fuck yes, I'd like a piece of fried chicken. Right? So that was great. Yeah. I mean, if anyone wants to stop me and give me fried chicken at any point, that would be just
make it a thing.
Yeah.
Everyone just line up with hot wings to give you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought, to be honest, like the highlight for food for me was that pie place. Like, and it had like chicken and chorizo pie.
Pie shop's always been the best value.
Oh yeah.
Because I actually didn't go this year, but previous years it was like £5.50 for pie and mash or something, which compared to everywhere else was like a bargain.
What was her name?
Yeah.
The food vendor that was always there did proper nice meals. What was her name?
Deli Kate's.
Deli Kate's.
She stopped. She had to stop a few years ago for health reasons. Retired basically. She retired, but she was always the best. You go, she'd have a set dinner on. Say, turn up at 6 or 7 o'clock, whatever time it was. Get in the queue, and it's a long fucking queue. But she's got a big vat of something. She's going to pour out a big portion of it, and that was the best food ever at the festival. Any festival I've ever been to, that was the best food.
Here's one for you, lads. Which band completely stole the show for you? Completely just stole the festival.
For me, it was Malevolence, because they're one of my favorite bands. And for me, like listening to, because I got into them like before they're like to a level where they could be playing main stage. And for me, like I saw that the audience was quite small at first, but then as soon as they started playing, like the crowd just pulled straight in. It really nice seeing it, considering that at that point I'd only seen like maybe like probably to like a group of like a couple hundred people in a small town show. So seeing that was mental. Like I was there like, oh my fucking God. And I think like their performance out of most bands, I think it sort of set like a statement for them, like where they were like, look, this is our first time being on like a main stage festival. Like, and we're fucking making sure that we're remembered. So I remember watching it being like, fucking, this is mint, this.
I think for me, definitely it was Devin. Like, he was the one I was most excited for, but it was like, honestly, a different experience to all the other bands. Like, I was like, I want to get a bit emotional. Like, it's something about it is so magical. I was like, fucking hell. He probably blew away everyone.
I spent years myself saying, haven't I just don't get Dem Townsend at all. I just don't get
it. People like
and
that.
I really don't. It was about 3/4 of the way through his set. I was like, now I fucking get it.
I like when it was really good, but I really laughed. I chuckled myself when he fell over and couldn't get back up. he's got a back problem, and that's what you see where he's wearing that brace, weren't he?
Yeah.
And he fell on his back, and all of a sudden he's on his back. He's like, oh shit, I just can't get up.
Also, Winterfilleth.
Winterfloof. I've seen them too many times, so I didn't bother seeing them.
I wanted to see them, but I wasn't expecting too much, because a lot of people said to me that their live performances in the past can sometimes be very hit and miss.
Especially at a festival.
Especially at a festival, yeah. Fuck me, well, I was blown away completely by their set. It was amazing. And the other one was, I'm probably going to say, just because of the energy they had and the appreciation they had on the stage, was probably Fellowship. Because they were so excited to be there. Like, in between their songs, they were almost stamping their feet. They were so excited. It was great. It was just
incredibly cheesy power metal, Disney level of cheese kind of power metal. And it's right on my street. And they were one of my favourite bands because I was so looking forward to them. It was the first time seeing them live.
Did you see Battleborn?
Yes, I did. Yeah,
they were good.
That was mental because
they were fucking good.
Battleborn on CD, I listened to when they first released an EP. I listened to that and I went, I was really kind of a bit hyped up for it, and I was kind of let down because I thought that's a bit wank.
I really enjoyed it, but
no, I really didn't like it. I still don't like their
weird
EP. And then they did a YouTube live one where, like during lockdown, where with all their own houses, but they're playing the instruments, put it together live. And I listened to that, and I was like, "That's really fucking good." And then I thought, actually, live, I might like it. I just don't like the record. So, and I went to see them live, and they had a pit, and it was really weird because it was kind of. I was watching. Like, are you guys watching the same band I'm watching? What's going on here?
I'll tell you,
it was quite aggressive, and I was just like, what's going on here?
So it's a highlight for me. I haven't listened to too much of them since I came to the festival, but Glory Hammer for me was fucking amazing. Like because on the Sunday it was kind of a chill day, a lot of chill bands playing like some old rock, some like heavy metal. But then like Glory Hammer comes on the stage, and I feel like they really woke everyone up, and like they had like a massive party there with fucking capes on stage. I was like, they've made me a fan for life now, and I can't wait to see them again.
It's what Glory Hammer do. They bring the good vibes in.
That's what I needed. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them live too many times now.
Yeah,
I've got to that point.
I saw a bit of their set, but yeah, I've seen them live so many times. I thought it's time to go off and give some of the other tents a chance. Give some of the other bands a chance. So
yeah, no, I didn't really see many bands on Sunday. I think I saw 2, and then I saw Judas Priest because obviously I had to.
Yeah.
How can a man who's 69 years old do a 2-hour set like that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and he's still.
I was saying to Brad, he's still got him. He's still got the fucking pipes.
I did notice
it was the Birmingham Bull that threw me off. I was just like,
that's the ball. That's the ball from the ball ring. Yeah. No, it was. I did notice that, and it isn't me criticising in any way, but for some of the lines of the high notes, he was just pointing the mic at the crowd, and letting them take over. And do you know what? That is not a criticism. Because for a 2-hour set, and I'm not being honest, he's not a fucking young bloke.
No.
He still pulled off a fucking amazing show. And every high note that you wanted to hear him sing, he still fucking sang.
Absolutely, yeah.
Compare him to 2 years previously when he was crouched over his motorcycle during Painkiller. Crouched over his motorcycle, he looked like he was struggling a lot. I think he handled it very fucking well this year. I think
he brought his A game.
Performance.
Many outfit changes.
Yeah.
so many. Literally, I found it not like hard to get through the 2 hours, but 2 hours are fucking long.
It is, especially it's the last day, isn't it? So it's like,
I mean, there's a point where you go, I've loved this band since I was like 12, but I just wish they'd shut the fuck up so I can sit down.
Yeah, literally. I was really disappointed because, on that day, we really wanted to bring our camp chairs in and just watch a band because to my knowledge, throughout all the years, you could just bring your camp chair in at any point and just sit down and watch a band. But this is like, no camp chairs unless you got a medical reason. I was like, I don't remember that being a thing.
It was years ago. I can't remember how many years ago it was, but it was a few years back. So I remember the argument about it. I remember seeing it on forum, and you can't take it in after 5 o'clock. So what you got to do is you want to take a chair and you got to take it in before 5, and then you're safe.
Yeah,
then you're stuck paying fucking arena prices for beer.
Yeah, that's why you have the back pocket in your
vest. Yeah.
So I got a lot of cans into the arena, a lot, because it was so easy.
Yeah.
I couldn't be asked because I was wearing shorts 90% of the time. So no matter what, I knew something would fall out.
You tuck them into the back of your shorts at the back because they always pack, if they're going to pack you down, which they never did for me, or if they wanted to look inside your jacket or whatever, they always look at the sides, they never look at the back. So literally down the back, tuck it into your trousers or your shorts. You fit 2 cans in there. That's the cans you can get in. I always got at least 2 to 4 cans in.
See, I've got a festival tip, to be honest. If you're going to shove cans down your pants in the front wear, don't put them side to side because unless you want to see your little miss to get guillotined, that did happen. Can't speak from experience, and I had to withstand screaming in front of the fucking security guards. So always put them on top of each other, and that way you are the risk of.
I've put a special pocket right in the small on my back on my vest, so that it's quite a large pocket as well, so I could fit quite a few cans in there. And because it's on the small of the back, when I stand up, there's no bulge. It it works quite well.
I remember walking in with Brad when his dick got guillotined. It was quite funny. I was walking in and you could just hear. And I was there I turned around you okay? He went, no, my dick's just been fucking smashed. I was like, are you okay? And he went, no.
It's a fucking Budweiser as well. It's not even worth it. If it was like a nice beer, then fair enough. But Jesus. Never again.
I remember I used to just take 2 cans and fucking down them on the way to the arena.
What I do is I have a decoy can that I take to the arena, so you're that full. So So what you see is they physically see you chuck 1 can away before you walk through the gates.
So they've watched you do the thing of I'm not taking any beer in, so I'm finishing it just before going
chuck
in.
The last bit, chuck it in. Yeah, they think you're being honest. So where really every fucking pocket in your body is carrying a tinny. Yeah.
Really, there's a mind game going on that they don't know about.
Yeah.
Strategy.
Also, pair that, if you can, with someone going through with a bag, because they pull that person to the side with a bag. Yeah. They're looking at the person with a backpack, not you. And then,
But don't chug your beer and then follow any random stranger with a bag because then you just seem rapey.
Yeah.
There's a fine line.
It's not.
Oh,
yeah. I remember... Did you try some of Callum's concoction, Brad, for fucking Judas Priest?
Yeah, it's just
he couldn't be asked mixing the fucking Pepsi and the vodka.
Yeah, I think he mixed up using the Pepsi as the shot and the vodka as the mixer. So
yeah, no, it was fucking rank. So he filled up this water bottle full of vodka, he went, all right, just chug the vodka and then take a sip of the fucking Pepsi. And the vodka like fucking pain stripper.
Okay,
and like
what they should be doing at that point, if you've got a one bottle of vodka and one bottle of Coke, they should be pouring both into your mouth at the same time. To get
that makes more sense.
Like that, and then mix it up in your mouth. Yeah.
Literally, I did it, and then like I was there like, that's fucking vile, Callum. And he was doing that all fucking night. He got absolutely fucking trashed on that last night.
It reminds me of that scene in Mr. Bean, you know, when he's like making the coffee in his mouth and he's like pouring the coffee, he pours them up. Like, it's literally what it was like.
I think it was Thursday morning after the first night of drinking fuckloads of beer. Might have been Friday morning, I can't remember which. But I wake up in the morning, go to grab the first bottle of water in the tent, fucking neck a big swig of it, and it's vodka. My brother had left in the tent. He was staying. My brother was staying in caravans, and he left a load of booze in my tent, and it was just a Coca-Cola bottle. It looked like it was full of water, so I just picked that up. I was really dehydrated. It was the worst thing ever. It was horrible.
Another festival tip: label everything.
Yeah, no, it had a label. My brother's name on it.
That's the label you want.
Oh mate, I really enjoyed this year. To be fair,
Yeah,
like we had quite a big camp compared to like 2019.
Yeah. We've always had a big camp, and we moved this year to Ironwood to get more space. And what happened is everyone bought bigger tents. But I mean, there's a lot of people who weren't there this year because some people were scared of their owner. Some people just couldn't get tickets. It sold out as well. Some people lost their jobs or whatever. So it was really weird because there were new people come as well, weren't there?
Yeah,
we had some new guys there from all over the place as well, and it was nice. I liked them.
Our friend Lee didn't come. And we made a new friend called Lee2D2. Well, that's what we called him anyway. So,
my God.
We're replacing our old friends. We have no need for our old friends anymore. We're making better friends.
Make a model.
Yeah. Better friends that want to participate.
The thing is,
we had this guy called Eric, and everyone ended up hating him by the end of the fucking 5 days. He was just like proper rude. No, yeah, he was. And you know the worst part is, so we had like two girls from Manchester. They're called Heather and Sammy. They were coming. We met them at like 2019. So they're like, "Oh, can we use this shit?" Like, yeah, of course you can. So we meet them at the coach, and we see this guy get off with them. I'm like, "Oh, right, must be one of her friends." You know, like he's helping them with the bags and that. It comes to about the third day, and I'm like, I turn around to him and going, "Yo, mate, Eric's a bit of a prick, innit?" And she went, "Oh, then he's not our friend. We don't like him." And we're like, who the fuck is he then? And she went, oh, it's just some stranger on the coach. He helped us with our bags. And he said, oh, I'm camping on my own. So we offered, he camps with us. So like last night, because we thought it was a massive brick, we went around all the camps, collected like all these fucking chairs, and we stacked them all on top of his tent, round the front entrance, round the back, all encased his tent in chairs, just so in the morning, we know he will probably late for that fucking coach. Because we really didn't like him.
Yeah, there was a moment when like there's this old guy that came over and he was like asking if anyone's got any weed, and they're like, "Oh," but then he goes to him, "Oh, you're a bit of a dinosaur." He just like proper roasted him. He's just, everyone in the camp was just like, "This is just fucking awkward." Like it wasn't even like a joke though. He was like proper nailing in on him. I'm just like, the poor guy just wants some fucking spliff. Like, why are you giving him a hard time?
The difference between abuse and banter, isn't there?
Yeah. We figured out, we knew the reason. It's when he said his favorite band was Five Finger Death Punch. I was like, the stars are
that makes sense. Yeah.
He didn't get a ticket to download this year.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. Yeah.
Well, literally, like we were sat with him. Remember when he was just saying, I want someone to punch me? He went, not in like a fighting way, just so someone can punch me. And like, I remember looking around at the camp and like all the blokes are going, I'll do it. We're over there like, we'll do it. We'll get a queue if you want. Literally, like, it was, and then there was like he was changing his nipple piercing like in front of us all in the middle of the, we had like a little, obviously, deck chair circle, and he was like changing it in front of us, and we were like, can you mind not doing that? It's making us feel a bit uncomfortable. You're just fucking prodding your nipple. And he's there like, oh, why? It's just a fucking nipple piercing. And we're there like, it's a bit fucking weird though, isn't it? Like, we're there like, we don't really want to watch you fucking smash a piece of metal through your nipple, mate. Like,
free the nip, man. Free the nip. Get behind it.
We were like, it was quite a weird camp. We had like a mix of people. We made a new friend called Peter though. Peter was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I fucking loved Peter. Found him in a ditch on the second night.
Nice.
His first Bloodstock. I was like, he's learning the ways.
Well, he came with one of our mates, Scott, someone that he worked with, and he said, "Oh, you know, like he don't really know many people that's also into metal and all that. And he bought a Bloodstock ticket after like maybe an hour of Scott telling him about it. So then Scott bought his ticket, so he didn't have any. He had someone to go with, and he was just the fucking nicest guy ever. It was like his first festival, and he just enjoyed it. Like he was that nice that people just kept giving him beer. Like he'd come back and like, oh, I was in this pit with these guys, and they invited me back to the camp, and they just gave me like loads of drink. And he'd come back absolutely shit faced, and like he was just a fucking lovely bloke.
Yeah, that's right. Well, ask you guys, like, besides Bloodstock, like, what are some hobbies and interests about you guys that people might not know?
Well, you like chronic masturbation.
It's healthy. What was that article?
Oh, another fan.
Times a week, a month? Was it
21 times a month?
Yeah. I'm 3 months ahead already. No,
completed Pornhub within the first month of lockdown.
he likes his archery, as he said before.
Yeah, I'm an archer. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
I like shooting sticks, a big round thing made of sticks with a big stick.
Your round thing made of sticks has fell apart.
Yeah, it has, yeah. So now I'm just shooting neighbours.
Anything.
Got to keep yourself entertained during lockdown. So
No, I used to do it competitively, but I gave that up because everyone that does archery competitively seems to be a bit of a pompous prick. To be fair,
there's a bit of elitism with like archery. Then.
Yeah. I just, like do it on my own now. It's good fun, relaxing. Yeah.
I like reading my Warhammer 40k books.
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't used to do tabletop when I was younger, but now I just list the books. Fantastic, amazing. And there's some animations coming out this year, so that'll be interesting. But one thing we both do:
drink.
We like pubs as well.
Pubs.
Magnet fishing.
Magnet fishing. We do like a bit of magnet fishing.
What's
Yeah.
magnet fishing?
You get like
You throw a magnet,
high power neodymium magnet on the end of a big rope, and
you
you
find
chuck
some
it in
water.
a canal.
You find some water, and you throw it
Yeah.
in, and you see what you pull out.
I like it. I feel like you guys would be like at the end of the world. There's nothing left, and you guys will still find something to do.
We have thought of a video doing a sort of parody comedy video doing heavy metal magnet fishing, because obviously we're pulling lumps of metal out of the water, and then there's jokes. It's we're doing it like in the middle of Birmingham or something like that, and it's we're pulling out this, that, and the other, rather than old bikes and shit like that. It's oh look. Tony Iommi's fucking jacket from this gig, whatever bollocks, heavy metal magnet fishing.
We both do the typical metalhead thing of collecting a shitload of merch and stuff, and like metal trinkets and merch and fucking memorabilia and stuff.
Got about 400 t-shirts, I think.
Yeah, I've got a load of fucking one-off stuff, which is quite cool.
You got your vinyl, yeah.
Oh, I'm limited edition vinyls and stuff, limited edition records and stuff. I do like to keep on top of those. I've become quite obsessed. I read on. I read it on the internet, because that's always factual. But there was a bloke who had something stupid like 50,000 fucking metal CDs. It was like the biggest collection of metal CDs in the world, and I thought, I want to beat that shit.
That's a challenge.
I want to beat that. Yeah. So I'm trying to beat it, and I've realised that at the rate that I'm buying records, at the rate that I'm buying CDs, I'll finally do it at the age of like 107.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to
up your rate a little bit.
Up my rate a little bit.
It's lifeline dedication.
I kind of regret getting back Brad into vinyl because he's become obsessed with it.
You do way too.
It's so good.
Especially when limited editions come out or something a bit rare. You find something a bit rare and you don't mind paying a bit more for it. It just really hurts your bank account quite a bit.
Yeah.
What about you guys anyway?
No, I'm in a band, and then I also just collect merch as well. Really.
Yeah.
I really enjoy just fucking collecting shit. To be honest, I really want to start collecting. Cassettes. Because one of my friends for Secret Santa last year got me a cassette. I bought a full cassette player just to listen to it.
Here's the thing: is we've spoken about this before, haven't we? Collecting cassettes, which seems to be something that like a lot of people are doing these days. Sort of people in
it's
their
definitely
20s.
coming back.
But we remember how fucking shit they were.
And the only technology left cassette-wise is the stuff that's used in American prisons, which is like the cheapest shittest cassettes. So like the only cassettes you can buy. And they're the worst quality cassettes that were ever produced. There were better, much more premium quality cassettes made.
It's the same with records though, with vinyl.
Yeah.
They of course, depending on how deep you want to go into it, you used to be able to tell which press your record was from by the wax code and so forth. But of course, they all went into fucking storage because nobody was using them. And since the point that they've actually been used consistently, people have forgotten how to use them. So when records started to become popular again, like really popular, they started to make vinyl again, and nobody knew what the fuck they were doing, really. Especially when it comes to producing for vinyl, making records for vinyl, because you've got to, master it completely differently. So like we had like the record, the vinyl revolution, the first few years, the records just sound fucking shite, But
because we know you used to be able to get cassettes that were made out of metal. The actual not plastic, the metal. Even ceramic cassettes. There were the ceramic cassettes, and it's just like crazy level of like luxury within the cassette world. And now they're the shit plastic ones you used to get as kids. Like
it'll get better though. If
some Kickstarters have started to get because the technology was kind of lost. And
there's interests.
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
for sure.
So I used to have a car that played only tapes. But now I've bought a car from this century, so
we actually both have the same car now.
Yeah, very nearly the same color as well.
Yeah.
I like it.
So. one thing that I was thinking about doing for the band is because we've got like a few like little black metal influences in like the band, just like add a little bit of substance. So I said, how about we like when we finally finish off the fucking EP. We'll do a live performance in a practice room, and we'll do it like actual old school black metal style, and record it on like 3 or 4 cassettes.
Tape recorder, and
we record it on like 3 or 4 cassettes, and then just send it out to friends of the podcast.
Yeah, you still got the 4-track tape recorder.
I've still got a 4-track Tascam if you want to borrow it.
Oh, definitely,
that's cool.
Definitely, that's one idea that we've been like we've been really playing about with, like doing something like that. Where it'd be like, oh, if we ever grew like an all right size, people will be like, I've got like this fucking like 1 of 4 cassette from them that's like a shitty, like purposely a shitty demo, but like it's fucking cool.
I'm one of the sad cunts that would buy it as well.
Well, that's the thing. I'd do it for free, so I'd just send it out to people. So I'd just be like, here you go. Sort of thing, just send it straight out to people.
I'm into like filming, so I used to do like short films and doing like a few music videos as well. I did a music video for Nathan's band and a couple of my other mates' bands, but gonna get more into it. Me and Nathan are planning to do a little music video business once that takes off. We can find people interested.
That's very cool, because when it comes to like video, obviously you've seen what we've made, and we have no idea what we're doing ever. It's like
no, you don't say that. What you say is we convince them that we're on a higher level than anyone else because that abstracts,
Yeah, it's modern art.
Everything we do is accidental, and it's like the thing is, it's like we have no idea what we do. It's kind of just like, that'll do. Because you give us a nice camera, and we're just like, don't know what to do.
If I'm honest, it's about the content.
Sorry, mate. Somebody asked us for sort of a example of our video editing skills, and I gave them the intro to Metal Days with the drone.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't even us.
No, I edited the footage, but the footage was not ours. Someone else gave it to us. But no, I just made it shorter. That's all.
No, it's all about the content, to be honest. Like, it's not even about like you can have the best video quality and the best editing skills, but if you don't make good content, then it doesn't matter. But you guys obviously do. You definitely inspired us to like make content. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh, shut up.
Well, no, what it is,
guys.
It's the band Madness coined this. It's one guy was writing all the songs in Madness, right? Then one day the drummer turned up with a song, and everyone went, "That's really fucking good," and went, well, if that fucking idiot can do it, I can do it. And that's, it's the same logic. It's everyone goes, actually, that's a lot fucking easier than I thought it was going to be.
I think the real golden piece of advice is just to keep on doing it. I remember saying to you after the first 18 months of us doing HME, I'm like, can you actually believe this is working? And he said to me, Dan, it probably wasn't working at first, but we just kept on doing it, and people assumed it was a thing. So they subscribed. It was like, oh yeah, fair point.
It's definitely like consistency.
That's the exact way how we started. Like I remember like a couple of months ago, I felt a bit demotivated with the podcast because like we were getting like really, really fucking big musicians on, and you'd be getting like 10 views a video, And then like over like the last couple of months, we've been consistent. We've been looking at our stats, and like the ones that were doing pretty shit are now doing really fucking well.
That's what you got. What you got to do is you've got to appease the algorithm gods.
Yeah, that is true.
Once you found that magic algorithm sort of you sort of how to suit the algorithm, you can get a lot more views, get up in people's suggested and recommended.
Voodoo,
yeah, magic, fucking wizardry, YouTube wizardry.
What other lessons would you say that you guys have learned since being a channel?
Don't do it. Don't fucking. It's more fucking hassle than it's worth.
It's hard work.
Get yourself. Two of you. Get two of you.
Yeah, two of you.
And then one of you be so pissed and so lazy that the other one has to do all the editing.
Nathan.
Fuck off. I used to edit the promos before my free trial.
Yeah, a 2-minute video. I have to edit 2 hours of footage.
Hey, you volunteered that shit.
Me.
No, but when we started, he went, okay, you do the socials, I do the editing.
And now I do the socials and the editing.
Yeah, no, because I kind of just sneaked it in there. Oh, I forgot to do one post. Oh.
I mean, I think we've divided things quite well.
Yeah, you do more of the social stuff than I do.
I do a lot more social stuff, and I look at the things like on the big cartel, try to keep track of conversion rates.
We've got some good marketing on the merch recently.
Yeah.
The cleavage.
Yes, I decided in our big cartel that we just put boobs on everything, and that seems to have worked.
It has worked, yeah.
The sales gone up. I mean, we're now above I think it's 3.2% above conversion rate average for an online store, which is pretty good, just by adding boobs to everything.
And you know what? Boobs will never go out of fashion. They will always be relevant.
Everyone loves boobs. Even gay guys love boobs. Bob Halford loves boobs. Everyone loves. It's just.
I think we should put a kitty cat in a t-shirt. I think that'll work.
With boobs.
Yeah. It's worked for Cradle of Filth, so I assume it works for other
We've been playing with like this merch idea, and it's going to be called the Headbangers Legacy. So like the idea was it was going to be classic metal albums, like death metal, black metal, everything you can possibly find, but was us photoshopped in them in a way, and it'd say like Headbangers in like the text of the band. So like I had one idea where it's like, the actual Warhammer like bolt thrower albums, doing a series of them, but like without the helmet and wearing the fucking suits, like fighting people off and shit like that. So that's something we've been looking into.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you get parody enough to make it not copyrightable.
I don't know if you noticed, we did a range of binge ousting t-shirts recently.
Oh really?
Yeah.
It was a very short run. It's 25. We only did 25
shirts, and it was a parody of the Bloodstock gym gear, the heavy metal weightlifting
club.
Yeah, lifting club. Yeah, it was a parody of that, and I'll give mate Alan kind of sent us a message saying that they've informed their legal team. Yeah. So there was a bit of damage control. Everything ended amicably, but yeah. This is what I mean, though. You live and learn, don't you?
Yeah.
You got to try things out every now and again. You got to poke the fucking sleeping dragon. Is that a thing?
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll do some more binge ousting shirts for next year as well.
Yeah.
Different design. Yeah.
It's hard for sure.
Yeah, I thought they'd see it as almost parody though. Like I thought they'd be okay with that. I
think they were. When I said, it's a parody, it's only limited run. We're doing it as a parody for mainly our views. It's a one-off. We're not trying to take any money from. I mean, as if we could compete anyway. Yeah. But we're not trying to take any fucking money off. Sort of Bloodstock or any of its subsidiaries. They were fine with it, and we had a good chat. Just like we shook hands at Bloodstock, and cleared the air and everything. Everything was absolutely fucking fine. But I don't blame him one bit for sending the message, because at the end of the day, you've got every right to protect what's yours.
Yeah. If
you think something's yours and you think someone's trying to rip you off, you fucking go for it. You send that fucking message. You do what you can. If you want to send a cease and desist, do it. Protect what's yours, and But
at least you talked it out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Or water on the bridge.
You got all serious then?
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Did come out?
We talk about boobs again.
Boobs.
Yes.
Do you know how many boobs I saw at Bloodstock?
How many?
7.
7.
Is that like 7 pairs or 7?
No, just 7. 7
Okay.
moves.
we didn't see any. Did you see the bondage couple though at Bloodstock?
I did not. I heard about this on the
I saw it.
Spotted page.
Which one was this? Was this the one with the
someone
on the
lead?
lead? Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah,
I saw that.
It was the
walking Serena.
weirdest shit. I remember we were walking with Brad, and like we saw him, and he had like a paddle, and he like smacking the tits. And we were there, like, and me and Brad like walked past, and like Brad waited until he was out of like hearing distance, and he just turns around and goes, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah, I thought, am I still
And you were
like dreaming? Is this going on or what? Then you remember your Bloodstock.
It was fuck it. We were there like I only saw him once, but I remember texting our last like straight away, being like, "You never fucking guess what I just seen."
Now
I,
guys,
was there, like, I thought it was a fever dream.
Guys, it's 2021. You can't fucking kink shame,
no
no matter
kink
how
shaming.
fucking strange and retarded it is. All right.
It's a family event. There's kids. there was people with children camps nearby.
We'll need therapy after
You
that.
got to learn at some point.
I remember actually like we saw like all sorts of shit, and like we saw like like obviously parents with the kids and that, and we were thinking, my mate Kaelin went, "This is not a place to bring a child." You were there like you were saying like this is out of all the places. This is not the place you should bring your kid unless you want it traumatized.
Yeah, if you're willing to pay for therapy bills in the future, then go for
The
it.
thing is, I think that when you've got kids of that age, a lot of them are too young to really understand what it is anyway.
Yeah.
And from what I can see, the quiet camps or like the family camps
Yeah.
are very fucking, when they have
I
the
went-
curfew about, quiet after sundown and everything, they're pretty good.
I went to
Yeah.
the family camps a couple of times just to go to the toilet.
Just
Which
to ruin
ones
someone's
are-
day
which
with a
one-
massive shit in the toilet.
Which ones are the family camps?
I don't know what it's called actually. It's nearby to Ironwood, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's over the back of Ironwood, isn't it?
It's at the back of Ironwood, yeah.
I forget what it's fucking called now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Not
because
Anglo,
we
is
were.
it?
No.
We was in Valhalla,
Yeah.
and like we got like after the first night we got a lot of noise complaints.
Yeah,
Like after
really?
yeah, no, because one of the lasses that we like stayed with got a bit too pissed. To be fair, I didn't sleep at all, so I understand why
me
someone
too.
kicked off, and she was just like really drunk, just screaming, "Can I get a Hoya?" the entire night.
I saw that on the Spotted Bloodstock
Yeah.
page.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah, that was our
you
friend.
guys?
Yeah, that was our friend. Yeah. Literally, that was our friend. Like, and I remember this woman comes out and she was like, "I almost got on my fucking tent to throw a fucking shoe at you. It was fucking ridiculous. I like my sleep." And like we were there, like, "Yeah, but you're at a fucking festival. Of course, this shit's gonna happen."
Oh,
But yeah,
well done for making it on the Spotted page. Then.
I know.
yeah, no,
I feel more
we
accomplished,
managed
to be honest.
we managed to fucking make it. We were famous. But she ended up fucking losing her voice, and like the irony was, I ended up losing my voice, taking the piss out of her. She was like, she was talking like this proper croaky voice. So I kept saying, like doing a Marge Simpson impression.
Yeah.
So every time
Yeah.
she'd walk past, I'd go, "Homie," and I did it that much, I blew up my own fucking voice doing it.
I've now thankfully been to enough festivals that when I lose my voice, I could normally fix it within a couple of hours.
Yeah, it was hilarious. You used to lose your voice and be gone for a day.
Yeah,
And it's really funny.
I'd sound like Lemmy, wouldn't
Yeah.
I? It would just be
Yeah.
like, yeah. And now
That's hilarious, that was.
No, I've done it so many times now that I know exactly what spirits to drink to get
Yeah.
it back to.
You know the
Legit.
mechanism, the remedies.
My voice has been wrote off like the last couple of days. Like I got it back briefly, and then I lost it again, singing along to Judas Priest.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It wasn't fucking.
Comes
You're
and
great.
goes. But yeah, so we are sort of getting to the end point of the interview now. One way that we always like to leave it. What advice would you give to people starting out a YouTube channel? What advice would you give to yourselves?
If I could go back in time and give advice to myself about the channel,
Yeah.
Again, don't do it.
I'm firm with my point. Just don't fucking do it.
We can elaborate on that. We can elaborate on that.
I'm going to let you take over from here, mate.
Like to me, when we started and stuff, like around like 2016, 2017, avoid the edgy shit. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I mean, there are some things that
The things we've done and said in the past.
there are some things we've done the whole edgy internet,
Edgy
meme
stuff.
shit,
Yeah,
and to be fair, we've got so many thousands of hours of video now. I'm not going to go through it and rewatch it all and delete those fucking parts.
Okay.
You don't need to be edgy to be fucking funny.
No.
Or to be entertaining even.
There's so much content that whenever we've said something, I'm pretty sure there's something else somewhere that says that contradicts it. massively. So
Yeah.
we've kind of covered all bases. But the edgy stuff, don't bother. Just don't do it.
Just gets you a little bit of shit in the long run. It gets you immediate views and cheap laughs, but you don't need it.
Yeah. I think I said authenticity is the best policy in it.
We've got a couple edgy jokes in some of our old episodes, which I've been begging Brad to fucking delete.
Yeah.
But and that's not an invitation for fuckers to start going back and looking at them.
We're gonna find them. We're gonna find them. We're gonna compile them.
There's a couple.
We're gonna make a compilation.
Episode 2, probably 15 minutes through.
Mainly made by me. Well, I look back going, that wasn't even fucking funny. That's not worth the hassle.
So at Bloodstock, first day, I was walking back through Ironwood towards Midgard, and you hear someone shouts, "Oh, little Dan!" And you wave, "Oh, fella." And I wait. Someone said that. I look over, and it's a young person. They're probably about 17, 18. Maybe a little younger, and they do what we call They did what was called a European dab at me.
The European dab.
Yeah, but obviously they're doing it in the comical way because they did a little tash with it as well.
Oh
no!
I just looked. I didn't even acknowledge it. As soon as that, I just looked away because I was like, "Fuck off!" No, seriously. Like, whenever you do something in the past, it will come back, and it'll
come back to haunt you.
Yeah, just don't do it.
Definitely.
That's good advice. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. Been wanting to get you on for ages, guys. And it's been cool. I'm sure we'll definitely chat to you guys again, and we'll most likely see you at Bloodstock. And I usually either catch one of the Dans, so I'm hoping next year I'll be able to catch both of you.
Yeah, getting us in the same place at the same time is really fucking difficult.
It is difficult. Yeah.
we secretly don't like each other. Don't stand each other.
Honestly, it's been great having you guys on, because I remember when we first started the podcast, I think you guys were the first ones to ever give us a shout out. Which genuinely means
Twitter,
a lot.
didn't I? And sort of
yeah, and for us that meant the fucking world to us, because that meant we were doing something right. So we really appreciate that, and it's been fucking great talking to you.
Shut up, you soppy bastard.
I'm glad you said it. They're forever words after this.
I know I catch your emotion on the podcast. I've got to keep the street cred up.
Yep.
Right. Thumbs.
See you in a bit, lads.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Really great.
Take care.
Yeah.
I'm not a religious person, but if anything's going to make me believe in divine intervention, it's a fucking ceiling falling in on West Borden's guitar rig.
Just a guitar rig, nothing else.
Nothing else.